Welcome to the Cave Boys Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm going to be hosting this time. Currently, I've got with me Hubz and Kelp, and we may have another guest appearance a bit later. But for now, yep, Hubs and Kelp. So we just completed our second best ball draft of the year, and this one was a superflex. But before we get to that, we're going to just talk about some keep trade cut questions here, but not the website. Just the so the options are keep trade cut, Hubs trade block, Helps trade offers, or Zane's Fort Knox. Hubs, what are your thoughts?
Definitely keeping hub's trade block. I think that is just such a good strategy. It's just genius. It works 30% of the time every time. I think I'm going to trade Zane's Fort Knox because other people that aren't getting trades in the league. That's a good thing for my team. And then just cut Kelp's trade offers because what else is there to say? They're not amazing. I've never been wowed.
Ah. Hmm. Okay, am I unleashed yet?
Oh yeah, Kelp.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
I'm ready. First of all, the trade block. I don't know how that can compete with my trade offers. There's no way. The trade offers don't hurt anybody, and they do get accepted. And I think that it's at a rate higher than 30%. It works every time it works.
Whoa.
So I'm good. I would trade my trade offers. We'll keep Zane's Fort Knox. I agree. We don't want anyone trading with Zane. If I can't have him, no one can. And we're cutting that trade block. Get that out of here.
All right. How about the keep trade cut for the Yanis GIF, George Costanza GIF, and the Bedbugs GIF? How about you, Hubs?
I think we keep the Giannis gif. It's kind of a Hall of Fame gif right now. I'm gonna trade the Bedbugs gif and then just cut George Costanza because it's annoying. It's like
Do you
it's
know
like
what the
Fuzzy. Can you not read your
Yeah.
phone? Like I've seen his phone. He has a big phone. Like I know he can read the text on there.
Fuzz may or may not think you know what the GIF means.
I don't know. I just assume it's you can't read the subtitles.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that's
that's
I
pretty
would
much
assume
it.
that. Is there a different meaning to that?
no. There's
Nah,
not.
Okay.
Not that I know.
not that I
Okay.
know.
Was
Yeah.
doing that ironically, when he thought I didn't know what it meant. Like he was posting memes with big lettering, and I was, yeah, okay, okay, went over his head. Wow.
Oh yeah.
I
I
like it. And
I
help.
yeah. I'm gonna let's see. I'll keep the bedbugs GIF because that is actually doing a service. It serves the purpose of the league. This is for the betterment of the league. If that GIF didn't exist, if people weren't using that, there would be like a 30% increase of Tim trades. Uh, the Giannis GIF and the George Costanza GIF. This is pretty close. I think I cut the Giannis GIF.
Be
Shout out to
honest.
Giannis for Fuzz, and I will trade the George Costanza GIF. It's 100% accurate that Fuzz doesn't want to take a closer look at his phone when the letters are clearly legible. I don't know.
I think Fuzz has a pretty small phone.
He's got a microscopic phone. He's got like an iPod Shuffle, and everyone's
Yeah.
looking at the GIFs on their computer, zooming in. the gifts are not that small. He
They're
he
not.
he uses it way too often. If I would probably keep the George Costanza gif if he used it like a fourth as much, but he uses it too much and the letters are not small. So
I think for me, like when I see the GIF used, sometimes the letters are fine, but the coloring of the letters, it's
It's like
that's
white
like
on
true.
white
white.
on white,
That's true.
yeah. And so it does make it a bit more difficult to read. Um,
I know Fuzzy is not taking half a second to try to read it though.
No, he's not. It could be an incredible gif that is, quite witty and on point, but he's not gonna read it.
yeah. All right, one here that is not on the list, but what are you guys' thoughts on the anonymous polls? I am one of the
Hmm.
main culprits of making anonymous polls.
I need
Uh,
things to be spicy.
yeah, it doesn't bother me. Uh, I mean, I like to vote for myself in these polls, so the anon stuff
Uh,
is nice. I think
Oh
uh,
yeah.
I think yesterday we were voting on my trade block or like whatever it was, how reliable I am at trades, and I got like 6 1 ratings, 1-star ratings. And I think the only 5-star was myself, and it wasn't anon, so people could see that. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, a little embarrassing, but I think Jai voted 3 for me. So
Oh wow.
shout outs Jai.
he's
He's the
merciful.
homie.
But
All
it
right.
doesn't bother me. I think it's kind of funny to see like
Mhm.
who votes for what, but at the same time, it's
Yeah, I think
not a big deal.
you get like maybe more truth from the anonymous votes sometimes, but you can vote for yourself, and you can't really prove it unless everybody else comes clean, and even then, maybe they're not telling the truth. So
Yeah.
I like that it's an option, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah. I
fun.
think for like goofy stuff, uh, non-anonymous is fine.
Hmm.
If we're doing like a serious poll, definitely go anon.
Right.
Definitely.
I agree. If it's about league rules or actual serious things, anon is good. But if there's slander, especially slander pointed towards me, I need to know who the names are. If people just hide in the shroud,
Uh,
I won't allow it.
that's fair enough, but I don't know if I'll stop. I've toned it down a little bit.
That's good.
All right, let's get into the best ball here. So, starting with hubs, who do you think's draft was the best the best ball draft that we just did? Like the top one or two people.
Kelp, Kelp, do you have a
I am
pick?
ready.
Okay,
Okay.
go
I've
for it.
got a number one, and I might have a number two. Number one, I gotta give it to the cat. I think like that 103 to 105 is like the best draft spot. Cat went Lamar with Cousins. As my eyes for in the superflex, my eyes just go straight to the QBs. Lamar and Cousins, I think are really good. Um, and then he's got, of course, CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Smith, Keenan Allen, Terry McLaurin. And the RBs are a little bit sus, but I think he got enough of them to scrape by. Um, he got Taysom Hill late. Like the QB depth is definitely not there. Kyle Trask and Heineke are basically nothing. So if he does lose a QB, things are going to go downhill. But if that doesn't happen, I think he's got really high upside with his team. And Joku, it's whatever. It's just the tight end position. It doesn't really matter. Tons of receivers. Yeah, this was my number one team, and my number two is probably Tim. I like Russell this year, and Daniel Jones. I'm kind of about it. And then he's got some really solid players. Those are my takes.
All right.
Okay.
So So Cat and Tim.
Yeah, but
Cool.
it could go anywhere.
Hmm.
Right.
Hubs, you got a
Okay.
couple.
Yeah. I do like yours, Cly.
Oh
Herbert,
yeah.
Gino, Diggs, Waddle, Kittle. Like that's just an anchor squad right there. I feel like. Joe Mixon super late. That's great. Um, Christian Kirk is still gonna get targets. He's really talented. I think still underrated. Um, yeah, and the rest of your team is just very balanced.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a little light on running backs, but I did I did get Jamal Williams and Jerome Ford later on. And then Sean Tucker. I think Sean Tucker uh could do some work on Tampa Bay. He was undrafted, so I think he has a heart condition, but I think if he didn't have the condition, he would have been drafted, I don't know, somewhere in the third, fourth round maybe. I'm not too sure. In the actual NFL draft.
Never heard
I
of him.
think I think Mixon, Pacheco, and Jamal Williams can just hold down that running back position for you too.
That's
Like
true, yeah.
I don't know. I still think Pacheco is the guy there, and
Yeah.
Mixon probably underrated still.
Yeah, he does seem to catch a decent number of balls, if I recall. So in the full point. I like his upside too. I think last year he had a 53-point game in half point. So
I, th-
crazy.
I think you got the sleeper RBs, which is nice.
Hmm. And but do you have another team that you like, Cubs?
Uh, I do like Fuzzy's team.
Hmm.
Like Watson, who knows? I think it's smart to just snipe that quarterback when he can. Good chance he wouldn't have gotten Watson or Tua on the next in the third round, so just take it there. I like his receivers a lot. He's got a good tight end. Um, yeah, he's just got a very very solid team. A little more RB depth than I think he had last time. Kendre Miller is nice. Singletary, I don't know why he went that route. Maybe because Warren was taken right before that. I just not a huge Singletary fan with Pierce still in Houston. We'll see. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I do like this
Pierce
team a lot.
Pierce was pretty dominant last year. He was getting fed, but
Yeah,
maybe
Singletary
they'll
doesn't
split
seem like
him.
a bell cow either. Like
Hmm.
unless Pierce goes down, maybe Singletary becomes a back end RB2. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. I'll give my thoughts on it as well for the draft. For the I think I like Fuzzy and Tim's team the best. Start with Fuzzy. Like I'm high on Deshaun. I thought about taking him at the 2-6, but ended up going Diggs. I love Amon Ra. I like Stevenson. I like Hawkinson. I like his top five a lot. He's got pretty solid RBs. Stevenson, Connor, Rashad White, some good, and then Kendry Miller too. His wide receivers are a little thin though. So he's got Amon Ra and DJ Moore and Hollywood, but after that, there's not much depth. Like the starters are decent. I like the upside of Peoples Jones. Um, and yeah, him getting Mac Jones along with Allen and Watson's pretty solid. And then Tim, Tim getting Derrick Henry as late as he did. I know it's full point, but
He fell. He fell slow.
if Henry puts up, a 1,500 plus yard season, or he could be a top three, top five running back, and even in full point, his receivers are really good. his quarterbacks are. I'm not that high on Wilson, but if Wilson turns it around this year, he could be a solid QB. Daniel Jones, I think he's a solid floor QB. Ceiling hasn't really shown it that much, but I like pretty much everything about his team except the quarterbacks are a little on the weaker side, and he only has two of them, which is also a red
Yeah.
flag. I think the two of them, as long as they stay healthy and perform decently, the bye weeks will be fine. He has a pretty solid team outside of it, but if one of them gets hurt, it's gonna sink his team.
Yeah. Tim's team might be my favorite if he took Purdy instead of Evans.
Yeah.
Just a little more QB depth, because I think you getting Purdy in the ninth.
Hmm.
Purdy will range between the value of like a fourth round QB or like a 10th. And so getting him in the ninth is so safe. It's like,
Yeah.
because obviously you stole him from me, which is a bummer. I had planned on getting Purdy since we heard we were doing superflex, but
Hmm.
it didn't happen.
I may have not taken Purdy there if I didn't have Geno and Herbert both on the same bye.
Bummer. Yeah, I
I
mean,
was thinking
Tyler would
like,
have
oh,
taken him 100%. So
yeah,
maybe not. I don't know. I would have had Purdy, and it would have been great. But that's how it goes.
yeah. All right.
Least favorite
Hubs.
draft?
Yeah, Hubs, do you have a least favorite draft or a couple least favorite drafts?
Um, I'm not a huge fan of Jai's draft. Um,
Hmm.
just Stafford, Howell, Trey Lance, Will Levis. I don't know
Yeah.
how you can function in a
The
super
core.
flex league with that.
Yeah. Because Trey might not even like play this year. Same with Levis, like not really play.
He might not feel the turf.
So you may just basically have like Stafford and Howell, and it's like who know like I don't know. Yeah, the quarterback situation isn't great.
And
Yeah,
Stafford gets a bad sack. He's hurt.
Hmm.
Like, well,
yeah. He has CMC, Miles Sanders. That's okay. But Brian Robinson as a third running back, Roshan, Zeke, Leonard Fournette. I'm just not a huge fan of his depth in general. He has Mark Andrews. That could be okay, but yeah, I just feel like if you don't have two startable quarterbacks, you're just you're not gonna be like a top three team or anything. Um, let's see. I don't love John's team either. I like Pat
Yeah.
Mahomes. Derek Carr's okay. Like his receivers are fine. I like Garrett Wilson a lot, but Watson and Dotson, I don't know if they can carry your team.
They're more dynasty picks, I would say, and not a redraft pick.
Right, yeah, and ETN and James Cook are pretty big question marks. I do like ETN in general, but I don't know if he's like running back one status.
He did go at the 412 though.
James Robinson's still the guy there.
Oh yeah. What about that Mostert pick though? At the 1412. If he stays healthy.
Heck yeah.
He's a best ball
Oh,
player.
he
Maybe
really
5 years
is,
ago,
yeah.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, I don't hate that.
Yeah, it's just like all upside for Mostert. All right, Kelp, you have a draft or two that you're not a fan of?
Yeah. First of all, I did not appreciate the trash talk from the the 101 picks to the 105. They had a huge talk during the draft in the chat and on the voice comms. Just living the easy life. Like if you get Josh Allen or
Right.
Burrow or all these QBs, like, it's so easy. Like Narwhal's first 3 rounds, like you can just autopilot Mahomes, Jonathan Taylor, Garrett Wilson.
It
Uh,
is pretty easy for those
uh,
rounds, yeah.
yeah. So that's why I will complain for us. I mean, even Jai got a lot of slander, and Jai didn't draft the best. It was definitely not a good draft, but it's also
Hmm.
pretty hard there because at 108 he can go Fields or Lawrence, which is a huge step down from Josh Allen or Lamar. And then he can at Tyreek Hill, he can reach for Deshaun. It's like if Kevin didn't take Dak Prescott there, maybe me or Jai could have got him. Pretty hard. Um, but yeah, least favorite team is probably Jai's. Um, doesn't mean he drafted the worst. I think it's really hard there. Another team I don't like. Sorry, Hubs. I don't like your team
Oh,
because, well, it's not because you didn't go heavy receiver early, and there are 3 receiver slots, so it makes it hard. But I think your late receivers are pretty good. But I don't like the young QBs. I don't like rookie QBs in general, but like especially not in best ball. I think the Kelsey and Eckler were good picks though. But
yeah, it's tough being in the 12
yeah,
spot for sure.
it's
I
hard.
Hmm.
mean, I didn't really want to reach on Prescott. I definitely agree with you though. I'm not a huge fan of the rookie quarterbacks, but who knows? It could turn out. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I
I
think
can't. Sorry, go ahead.
Richardson should have a good floor with the rushing ability, but Stroud, he may start off slow this year.
Yeah, and I kind of
yeah,
I kind of treat Pickett as a rookie. I mean, he's not, but I kind of think of him as a rookie. It's just gonna be hard.
Yeah.
Superflex is
yeah,
brutal.
yeah. I'm thinking Pickett is definitely going to be my second quarterback for most of the season. Maybe Stroud comes in, does stuff, but who knows?
Yeah, and some of the early there were drafts all the way around that I didn't agree with taking like a third QB super late. Um, like obviously we talked about Tim taking the 2 QBs and then nothing,
Hmm.
and Zane took 2 QBs and then ended with Darnold. I don't really see why some of these teams didn't grab a third and fourth QB towards the middle. You're
Yeah.
not obligated to, but if I was, yeah, like Tim or even Else, Bryce Young QB2, I'm a little nervous with that, but
Yeah. He did get Huntley at the 20-point
true.
turn.
Yeah, I don't agree with some of Nelson's picks. I'm not sure where it could have gone better. It's pretty hard after the good QBs are gone, but
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, I think trying to get like one QB early, one or two QBs kind of early to like in the top third, and then getting that third one somewhere in the middle-ish area is
yeah.
probably ideal.
I mean, I don't even like my own team, so I can't say
Oh.
too much. I mean, it's okay. There's
Hmm.
potential maybe. Um,
For teams I didn't like, I think with Bakes, his I'm not huge on Dak and Fields. Fields is he's a solid, like, I think he's a solid floor play, and last year he did have some huge games, so he has that boom potential, but he could definitely have games where he throws a bunch of interceptions and like he's a
yeah,
boomer bust. Aaron Rodgers last year he didn't put up like a 20-point game. I didn't realize it at the time, but I think Kelp was telling me earlier that
yeah. He was trash. I mean,
yeah,
new scheme could change everything, but you never know.
he is going to, I would say, a much better situation, much better team. I think the Packers team was kind of thin, especially after his favorite target, Devontae Adams, left. So I would expect he has a better year this year, but Bake's taking 3 quarterbacks with his first 4 picks, and taking his first receiver in a 3 receiver best ball is
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like it that much. Like Pittman, Godwin, Davis. I like the boom potential of Gabe Davis, but and Godwin too, but Pittman, I don't know. Pittman and Johnston, they're probably just gonna put up around 10, 12 points a week or so, and then the rest of them, I I might be kind of biased because I have him in Dynasty, but Hyatt I feel like has the boom potential if he's a starter. Right now he's struggling a bit in the training camp, I think, from the reports. Um, but yeah, and then the tight ends are pretty solid with Pitts and Komet. It's just kind of the overdraft of the quarterbacks and the underdraft of the receivers, for Bake's team for me. And then who else? I think probably Narwhals as well. It was already discussed, but taking like Christian Watson, Jahan Dotson, I think those guys are gonna be good in Dynasty longer term or potential to be good. But for this year, especially like Christian Watson with Jordan Love,
Yeah.
who knows? Jahan Dotson, it's like he has Sam Howell. Is he gonna get a lot of TDs like last year? I don't know. That situation isn't great for that. I'm not high on James Cook. Uh, and yeah, Mahomes is obviously solid, but Derek Carr and Tannehill, I'm not huge on Derek Carr this year in the Saints. Yeah, so probably Narwhals and Bakes for me.
Yeah. Clay,
Hmm.
would you rather have Christian Watson and Jahan Dotson, or let's see, Mike
Oh,
Evans and Christian Kirk?
I'd rather have Evans and Christian Kirk.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have the oldies.
is this the right
Mhm.
one, or am I supposed to go on the other?
Welcome,
Uh,
Fuzz. You're in the right
no, this is
spot.
good. This is good. Yeah, we
Tuning into
got
the
we
stream.
got Fuzzy Frank who showed up.
Got some carne asada fries, because I'm a fatty.
Oh wow.
Fire.
Do you want to share your favorites and least favorite teams for this
Oh,
draft?
in the boost ball.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
finished explaining ours.
Yeah,
You came
so
just in time.
what are your like two favorite drafts, Fuzz?
Well, I mean, I like mine because I got Deshaun.
Oh yeah, maybe other than your own.
Uh, I'm pulling it up.
Okay.
I'm
Uh,
I'm streaming as well.
it is
Oh,
streamed in
oh,
the
okay,
Discord.
okay.
Technology. Ah.
It's rough for me.
Thank you. I was hoping someone had sound effects.
I like Zane's actually a lot, considering he's like pick 11. Getting Trevor Lawrence because people for some reason don't like Trevor Lawrence, and then going into
Yeah.
Bijan, Hunter's Bane. I feel like he got a little bit of that Jai syndrome, where it's just like he went Olave, Higgins, Judy. It's like so many youngins on that team. And I like if he would have taken Godwin over Jess, I would have liked that more. But I really like his team.
Yeah. I definitely wanted Lawrence to fall to me.
I also like Tim's team a lot, considering he went Jefferson and AJ Brown. Getting like Jones and Russ, him not getting a third QB is sus, but like Derrick Henry at 407 is insane.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. Um, I like Connors again too. Like he's been doing really good in the best ball. So those are probably my three, just off the top of my head.
Connor does have, he has Hurts, but he's got Bryce Young and then Huntley in the 20th round. Hey, he
It's a
kind of
little
just has
sus.
two QBs as well.
I
But
I
Lamar
don't like
is a
Pete's
bit
team.
injury prone.
I don't like Pete's team again. No,
Yeah.
Mikey, do not likey.
All right. Yeah. Pete kind of has just two QBs like Stafford and Howell. Because Lance and Levis might not really play.
Yeah, it's smelly.
Chris I have a question for you. In my 12 spot, should I have just reached for Dak? Or just
I kind of
let
like
it rip?
Eckler. I think like the drop off is so big. I kind of like you just take the best tight end and you take Eckler, who's insane in full point PPR. So I actually like that strat. It's like maybe you take Dak instead of Eckler, but I also like that you took Anthony Richardson. So you're just kind of swinging for the fences.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe should have taken Derrick Henry instead of Brees Hall, but I don't know. I like Brees Hall.
I
I
like
think he'll be
Brees,
fine.
especially in a full point because Brees catches it at least some of the time.
Catching a lot
Yeah,
more
I
passes.
think Aaron Rodgers will utilize him in the passing game for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean in Green Bay he loved dumping it off to Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I think Aaron Jones in the 6th round is kind of sneaky.
Oh, that's
Kind of
super
like that.
good. That's
Mhm.
super good.
Yeah, if they really lean on Aaron Jones in Green Bay this year, he could be really good.
Kelp's team has some smelly QBs. Holy
Hey.
crap!
There's enough of them where together they will smell good.
We can't all have Josh Allen and Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
Dude, feels just so good getting to Sean.
I already roasted the 1 to 5 pick.
Oh yeah, the easy mode.
It's easy mode. Like I said, Narwhal's draft. You just have an AI auto draft. Do just
Norwal's
as
just
good.
an AI, so it kind of works out. Same Tim Patrick's the best Broncos receiver. Like, come on. This is
Highest
who's picked
upside.
101.
Hey, I love Tim Patrick, but saying
I
he's the
did
highest
see
upside is crazy.
I did see a report on Reddit or Sleeper or something that said the Broncos room, like wide receiver room was saying Tim Patrick was the best wide receiver or something.
That's smoke. They're trying to trade him.
It's definitely smoke.
That's
There's no
wild.
way.
Although if he is, it's like the
At
hardest read of
29
all
years
time.
old, he's gonna break out
Yeah.
after an ACL tear.
I want to live in a world where every spicy take that Narwhal says is true.
It's
No,
always the
no.
opposite. It's always the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Addison is gonna have like 1,000 yards easy this year.
I think on like my what was it? Like 11th, 12th turn, I took Elijah Moore and Damian Harris, and he's like, "That was really good picks." I was like, "Oh no."
You're doomed.
Yeah, I'm doomed now.
When
Those are
Norwell
awful
a
picks.
draft pick I do, I get excited. I'm like, okay, I did well. Because it's
I
something
would
he wouldn't have done, so it's good.
I would rather have Damian Harris over James Cook. I think he'll outperform him this year.
Oh, same.
I
Hey.
actually like Damian Harris late.
I look at it kind of like the Debo and Ayuk situation. I think like Ayuk is going later, but I think Ayuk will outperform Debo this year.
False.
Hey.
False.
Yeah, thank you, Fuzz. I took Debo 509, and I was happy to do it.
You're chasing that dream year where you got the 8 rushing TDs.
Yeah. Nah, I
7
think
or 8.
it was maybe last year or the year before. I saw him get like 1 catch, and I decided this guy's insane. Broke like 20 tackles. It's like,
He is really
he's
good.
a monster.
He's spicy.
All right. Any other thoughts on the best ball draft?
Looking back at it, I don't like Kelp's team very much.
You don't have. It
yeah.
doesn't take much retrospect. It's a first glance vibe. So
Yeah.
I think Tyler's team is the worst. Like, just the absolute cheekiest of cheeks. There's like, who are the QBs? Like, who's throwing the ball? Like, I heard some report that the Rams were trying to trade Stafford this offseason.
Oh man. The Rams are probably going to go into full tank mode once they actually have their picks, because they traded a bunch away for the win now, but they'll probably go into tank mode sometime in the near future, I'd imagine.
I could see it.
And they can't have Stafford helping them win games if they're going tank mode.
Mm-hmm.
Watch Stafford get traded to Washington. He's got Sam Howell and Stafford both on Washington. Oh man.
I think Berg's team is actually pretty fire too. I don't like that Burrow over Hurts and Allen pick. That's wild.
That
That's
is
some,
insane.
that's some PC. That's like what a computer would do.
He's really high on Burrow, but yeah,
What about
that's
Josh
pretty
It's
Allen?
insane.
4 point. It's a 4 point league. Like,
Yeah,
he's not running well.
4 point TD, passing TD. So yeah, the rushing TDs from Hurts and Allen is huge.
That,
Yeah.
that's
also
a
take-
crazy reach.
Berg also took Hopkins at 6'11". He's not on a team, and
Hey,
I don't know.
I like Hopkins at 6'11".
I think that he's kind of landing spot dependent this year. I think he's a good player, but in the wrong situation, I don't know. I think he probably puts up 600-700 yards.
Yeah. Looking at Berg's receivers are kind of scary. I like Cooper, Hopkins. Yeah, who knows what's going on with that? Trey Burks. That's another mystery box.
Mhm.
Tyler Boyd. Kind of old.
Boyd's a really
Just
good
lots
best
of
ball
mouths to
player.
feed. Wandell Robinson. I don't know the appeal of Wandell Robinson
Yeah, especially with the ACL. Ugh.
and Kendrick Osborne. So he's pretty thin at receiver. Yeah, now that I look at it.
Yeah. It's tough in Superflex. So you're kind of
Yeah.
going to be thin at some area unless you just draft really well. Or get that 1-4 spot like you, Fuzz.
I was
Yeah.
pretty happy with my draft.
Rigged.
Yeah, I like yours a lot.
Yeah, I think I shouted you out when we were talking about our best. Even though you got Watson.
Yeah, Watson's the one where I'm like, I feel like in a perfect world I'd take, but I like getting Amra at 3-4. Like, maybe if I get Tua at 3-4 and then I get like Amon Ra at 2-9, just so I feel better about myself at night. But
I do like Ramondre a lot though.
yeah, I was surprised how late the RBs are going.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just still can't believe Derrick Henry at 4-7.
Yeah.
We're taking Goof and Rodgers over Derrick Henry.
you have no choice, Fuzz. You don't get what it's like down here. You have no choice. If I didn't take
Alright.
Goof, I'd be taking not even Russell. I'd be taking Bryce Young, QB1.
You think King Goffrey is going to outscore Geno this year?
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, no,
No.
not necessarily. I
Geno's
think
not
that
right.
he has that potential.
I would bet on Geno.
Yeah, no, I'm not like dead set on Jared Goff over Geno.
Mm-hmm.
I just like Goff.
Yeah. I think they're like in the same tier for me for fantasy.
Yeah, they're pretty close for me too.
Yeah, for
All
me,
right.
in a perfect world, like I have a pick like 8 picks later, and Goff falls to me, and I don't have to reach for him. That's what I
Right.
would have wanted, but
If Dak was their Kelp, would you have taken him
what, at the 4-4 or the 2-4?
at the 2-4?
I mean probably. It was kind of my strategy because I was 109. I was like, I'm just gonna have to point QB. I have no choice. No other option.
You could have taken Lawrence or Fields.
Ugh. Over Jamar Chase.
Yeah, it doesn't feel too good.
Take Chase. He's just kind of in a rough spot. Just got to try to hope that some value falls to him.
Or you take
Yeah.
Lawrence, and then you could probably get Bijan or Cup on the turn.
I mean, I would have loved taking Chase Bijan, but Bijan was gone. I probably would have taken Dak. It didn't feel good taking Cup, I just feel like he'll get hurt, but it's like, well,
Probably taking Hill
upside.
over Cup.
Mm-hmm.
It happened.
Okay, on the best ball, what was one or two players in the 15th to 20th round that you guys liked, like a value player, regardless maybe of the team, just some player that maybe fell that has some good upside in best ball.
Oh, I got one. Berg took KJ Osborne in 16-11. I think some people poo-pooed it or whatever. I would be happy to take KJ Osborne. He's like a solid player, and he's going to be wide receiver 3. He'll have nobody covering him. He'll probably put up like 15 points, like 6 weeks out of the year, which I think is what you want, these late picks.
Mm-hmm. I heard a report that Jordan Addison had missed like a month of training camp from an injury, and
Smoke.
because of that, it could be smoke. But that KJ Osborne was the wide receiver 2 currently, and
Yeah,
depending
it's
on what
possible.
happens, they could start the season with KJ as the 2, and then if Addison is outperforming him significantly and learns the system, then maybe he moves into the 2 partway through the season. But
Yeah.
it's
It's-
possible.
With all these late receivers, the person I picture getting like touchdowns as a receiver, I feel like is KJ Osborne, like wide receiver 3, just getting those stupid touchdowns, or
Yeah,
maybe
Kurt's
Van
gonna be
Jefferson or
slinging it.
something. Yeah.
I like Van Jefferson a lot from Zane. I think that's a fire pick.
Yeah, I was mad that he
That's a
stole
good
Van
one.
Jefferson from me.
But you got Paris Campbell for the stack.
Yeah, yep.
Got a poo-poo hunter there. He
Oh,
did say he picked him, and he said, "I
Percival.
got the stack." We said, "No, he's on the Giants." He was like,
Oh.
I thought he was still on the Colts.
Oh my god! I didn't know this. Inside jokes. Love to be part of one someday.
I heard it, but I was just like, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, that's all right.
He could be good. The Giants don't have too many targets on their team, really, do they? Like, what is their wide receiver core?
it's like Wandale. I don't remember who else.
Wandale, Isaiah Hodgins. I
Yeah.
think Sterling Shepard's coming back.
Oh gosh, Darius Slayton.
Yeah, 5 stinkers.
Yeah,
I
let me
got
see.
Waller. Basically a wide receiver.
That makes Waller.
Can I say one that I
good.
don't like in that range?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
Taysom Hill, 15th round.
He reached on Hill.
I was actually thinking about Hill at the 15-7.
I don't know. That just seems early for Taysom Hill. I swear, like last season, he was going last round in best balls.
I think it's just because he had that 30-point game against Seattle.
Might be
Yeah.
chasing.
I'd rather have like IJ Spears right after that. Just I don't know. Hayden Hurst, Trey McBride, like on the turn, like Taysom Hill, like
I like Likely a lot more than Hill.
yeah. I just think Hill
Likely
was
was
a big
insane.
reach.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit higher on Hill, but I thought about it at the 15-7, but I think I was gonna take him at the 16-6 if he fell that far.
I like Jeff Wilson, 16th from Fuzzy. Like, why not? He's probably gonna get touches at some point this year.
Yeah,
Like,
if he has 2 good weeks this year, I'm super happy.
Yeah.
I do like Tajay Spears. I know he has one ACL, but there's still a lot of people in the fantasy community that like him. 15th round. Who knows what's gonna happen?
He can only tear one of his ACLs.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's like RB1 potential, but if Henry went down, like high end RB2, I think pretty easily. I don't like Zeke, 15th.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, 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 whoa.
It's not slander.
whoa.
I just don't like him there.
I would have
Oh, you
taken
like
him.
him earlier, like
He's
14th
a
round?
Zeke
If he was there in the 21st round, I would have taken him.
Oh, that's
Oh, wow.
21st. Disrespect.
Whoa.
That's
I don't know.
so-
If you were on, if you had the 19, 12, and the 21, and Zeke's just sitting there, you don't think you'd take a chance on him?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
I probably would. Just
oh
he's gonna
yeah.
go to a team, and he's going to run the football. So
There we go.
great insight, but I mean, he will be carrying the football next season, so he can have value. We'll see.
He just needs that like
XFL.
that game where he gets 3 or 4 TDs.
Yeah, I also like Roshan Johnson. Was that in the 16th?
It was the 14th.
Oh,
That's fine. I mean,
yeah. I do
I
like
just
him in general.
I was just going for players in the later because it's easy to like admire earlier players, but the late round steals can really help win you games. I like the Peoples Jones from Fuzzy. Pretty high on Peoples. He's a boom guy, boomer bust. Can get some big games. Patterson in the 20.3 by Bakes is interesting. If he how old is he here? He's
Fresh
32.
legs. Fresh legs.
But he's hardly been used, and he was putting up big points. Was it 2 years ago, or was it
I
last
mean,
year?
he wasn't bad last year at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
I almost
Yeah,
took him over Michael Carter.
I don't know if they use him and Bijan, like they just run the offense through them. Maybe he has some big games. I don't know. All right. So let's move on to we were discussing in the chat a bit today about the Guillotine League potential. What are you guys' thoughts on it? About hubs? You could start.
I'm a big fan. Is it just redraft, like best ball type stuff?
I think the standard way is like redraft style. I don't know if best ball is that common. I think I would prefer a redraft style because then you have like, I don't know, let's say uh all the teams have been cut except for 2. It's the finals, and you have like all these good players, and you have to like pick and choose which matchups you wanna
Yeah.
play. That sounds fun to me, but best ball could work too. But best ball's a lot less engagement with it. I think it'd be
Yeah.
more fun since you're gonna be using Fab to pick up, like to put money on players and pick them up when they're cut from a team. So I think the
Yeah,
engagement, yeah.
I like redraft style better
Hmm.
for sure. Yeah, that sounds really fun. Yeah, the trash talk will be great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Narwhal's getting out week 1 will be
Oh, we're gonna just
iconic.
talk so much shit to narwhals.
uh, I think that would be really really fun.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, we're in so many leagues. It's like if you get out like the first half of the season, like whatever,
Yeah.
it'll still be fun to like look outside looking in,
Hmm.
spectating.
Yeah. Yeah, I think spectating will be fun, and I think playing in it will be fun because every week your team should be getting like a little bit better, unless you blow all your fab early and maybe you just can't really get any players because you dumped $100 into Justin Jefferson or something.
I think the auction aspect sounds really fun too. I love that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And there's gonna be strategy too, like compared to this year. If we do it 2 years in a row, like, do you just blow your load early on Jefferson, or do you hold it
Yeah.
and then
It's gonna be
use it intermediately?
regular snake draft, right?
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah. And then we could also have it like 18 people too.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
18
that'd be
is pretty
really
much the
fun.
limit.
We
Yeah,
could
I
just
think
all
you
be,
can
like,
do it with
friends
any
friends
number of
too.
people. It's just the finals is 1 week prior to, like, you take your number of people, subtract one, that's your final week.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Lasting all the way would feel just so good.
oh yeah, it would be crazy. Um, yeah. Any other thoughts on it?
Yeah.
Um,
I honestly, I kind of agree with Tim. He kind of got roasted in the chat a little bit because he's like, oh, I only want to do it if there's enough people. I kind of agree. I think that if there was only 12 of us, it wouldn't be as fun, just
mhm.
because it would end a little bit awkwardly. But again, it's like I would rather have 12 of us invested than, shout out to my boy Case, but we don't.
Case is so sleepy.
You know where this
Yeah.
is going.
Sleepy.
Right, but it's like you don't really have to like in a guillotine league. If someone's not setting their lineup, they're probably just gonna lose that week.
Yeah,
It's
that is
kind of like self-balancing.
that is a really good point.
Yeah,
I think it's also about like just people investing like verbally. I think what makes it fun, like what makes
right.
Dynasty fun, is
Sleepy
everyone's always
boys.
talking.
hmm Yeah, if Case drafted a team that doesn't get injured at all, and he doesn't have to, you know, he doesn't have to like switch any players really, and maybe he does like very minimal switching of players like on their bye weeks, and he just, he's not engaged at all, and like he's just like got this godlike team. I don't know. It would definitely take some hype away versus like,
Actually, it might add hype. Who knows, really?
I mean, it
He
could.
might be the
All
hero
this,
of other
all this
people.
is speculation because I've never played in one. I just
Yeah.
heard about it and it sounded really fun. So,
It's just a lose-lose playing with Case in the league because first he's sleepy,
Hmm.
and then second, if he wins, then he's insufferable. So it's like, he's like, oh, I didn't have to set my lineup and I won. It's just like, oh god,
yeah,
it's a lose-lose. There's no upside. A
poor
low floor,
Case.
low ceiling dynasty player.
Case is still the best drafter of all time, I feel like, though.
Oh,
Yeah. The auto draft goat, it just picks good players for him. So what number of players would you guys, so like if 12 is too few, like we could shoot for 18, but it might be a tough ask to get that.
I
Maybe,
think we could get 18,
Yeah, we might be
yeah.
able to if we kind of merge
Okay.
a couple leagues.
even if it's
Yeah.
a couple randos. Like, I mean, not
Yeah.
randos, just like friends of friends.
hmm
Yeah.
And we could either do it just for fun, like no buy-in, or like a $5 buy-in or something, like winner takes all. Whatever sounds good to people.
Yeah, like a $5 buy-in and then like a little trophy or something.
Yeah. Get like a little like miniature of like a guillotine trophy
Oh,
or
that'd be
something.
sick. That'd be sick.
And then the first person out, I
Gets
don't know.
guillotined.
Yeah, you like take a picture of them, like, and you like you cut it where their like head and neck is, and then you put it between the guillotine on the miniature. Oh, yeah.
Sounds hype.
It will be normal fed there.
Exactly. I just love it.
We already have his face for his
That's
picture in the
true.
sleeper.
We
That's
just need to
easy.
use some Midjourney AI to expand like what his body would look like, since he's just a floating head.
Now that Fuzz, before you got here, we were discussing the possibility of narwhals being another one of your accounts. One of many.
Yes, is this true?
We're at 4.
Okay, is the conspiracy at 4?
Yeah, because Kevin. I mean, come on.
Oh, he's sleepy.
I don't know
I
if I've
mean-
ever talked to him in person about Dynasty, so this could
Yeah.
be a Fuzz auto co-pilot.
Yeah, I feel like if I saw Kevin at the mall or something, and I'm like, oh yeah, how about that Dynasty? He's like what? I'm like, the fantasy football. He's like, redraft? I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be
I've known
surprised.
narwhals for 10 years, and I just don't even know if he's real now.
Every
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
come
got
on. What
4
was the
fuzz.
excuse today? Something about Chelan? I couldn't believe it.
And he's just the
Oh,
most.
he's always 5 beers deep. And this Summer John is an animal.
I feel like, look, narwhals and bobcat, they're both animals, and they
Mm,
both are very busy and doing wild stuff. They're kind of similar in
He's
more
right.
ways. They both have hot takes.
they do.
Maybe they're the same person. No, I don't think so. They're too different.
Kind of polar opposites in a way.
Yeah.
Bobby has better takes than narwhals, and that's saying something.
Oh wow. That's some more cat slander.
Oh, it's you know.
No, it's kind of
Take,
like a
Slanderer.
backhanded
take what you can
compliment.
get. You can take what you can get.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. So for redraft, um would you rather trade your second and third round picks for 2 more firsts? Is this for redraft?
2 more firsts?
This might be for dynasty. I'm not sure. I didn't proofread the question. Let's just say, would you rather um
I
would
think
you
it's
rather
redraft.
okay. So but you only have 1 second and 1 third round pick,
Yeah, you
right?
trade them for 2 firsts.
Isn't that a no-brainer?
Well, the other option is you get 0
Oh
injuries
yeah.
all year.
0. Okay, sorry. All right. Yeah, okay. So you either have a first round pick, second round pick, third round pick, and no injuries all year, or you have 3 firsts with the potential for injuries.
Easy 3 firsts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about min maxing. So it's like if
Mhm.
you have injuries, you're already toast.
Yeah, I would go with the 3 firsts as well, because you could take safer players like wide receivers are less injury prone than running backs in general. So you could go like 3 wide receivers in the first, and you'd have a crazy
Yeah.
strong team probably.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah.
it's like if
Okay.
I get
3 firsts.
Bijan, Eckler, McCaffrey, one of
Mhm.
them's bound to stay healthy anyways. Like,
And if
Mhm.
they all stay healthy, you just
Yeah.
auto win the league.
All right, so since that's kind of a landslide, let's do something a little closer. Would you trade your second and third round picks for 1 more first and then like a comp pick at the end of the draft, like a 21st round where you can take Zeke? Right. Uh, or have 0 injuries all year. So you get 2 firsts, no second and third, and then you get one just throwaway round at the very end of the draft.
I feel like it depends where you get this pick. If I'm the 1-1 and I
Mm-hmm.
trade my 2-12 and 3-1 for a first,
Mm-hmm.
I think I do that over the no injuries. But if I'm like,
Let's just say that this extra first is between like the 1-6 and 1-7, like the 1-6-5.
I do that.
All right. Hubs and Kelp.
Yeah, I think I'm still taking the first round draft capital.
Yeah, higher upside.
it's hard to envision. I kind of need to see the players.
Okay.
If it's like trying to kind of envision, so it's like kind of mid round. If it's like I can either have Chris Olave and I don't know who would be down there, like Ramondre Stevenson and Chris Olave, or I'd also get like Tyreek Hill kind of thing, or Cooper Cup maybe.
Yeah.
But with Chris Olave and Ramondre Stevenson, I get no injuries. I might go that route.
Coward.
Yeah, it's pretty close for me. I think I would take the 0 injuries
Coward.
Yeah.
because it is the cowardly take. No. In the dad's league a couple years ago, I had Calvin Ridley. Although he got suspended, it wasn't an injury, but it could have been an injury. That Debo saved my team that year.
Yeah.
I made an insane run and took down C. Nels. He had the best team, definitely. But yeah, if he was injured, like, I don't know. I would take more risky players like I don't know, injury prone players. Lamar Jackson, you Raheem Mostert, Mostert suddenly he's not
Yeah.
gonna get injured, so go for it, right? It would be just kind of fun to try, I think. So
Yeah,
I would lean that way.
that's another hypothetical too, because like you know it going into the draft, so you're
Hmm.
or that you magically will have no injuries, so you just
Right.
pick totally different players. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
give me George Kittle. It's like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Kittle would be kind of insane.
Hot take. I kind of like injuries more than a player busting because then I can
oh
just
yeah,
I can kick their bum to the curb.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Hmm.
because there's some players you have and you're just like, it's like Elijah Moore last year. It's like
Yep,
you wish he tore his ACL because then you just drop him.
I know.
Yeah, it's
Or
hard because
Deontay Johnson last year. Oh,
Ugh.
hmm
I saw him in your lineup so much last year. I think in Dad's League Hunter, I just felt bad.
I
'cause,
I
like,
had to. I think
he's
it's like
getting
my third
targets
receiver.
too.
There's
Like,
nothing you
It's
can
like
do.
10 points every week. If you need 10 points, you got Deontay Johnson.
10-point Andy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
All right, let's move on to our final couple of questions here. These are some spicy questions. For Dynasty, who would you rather trade rosters with, and what would your first move be? So, let's start with hubs. But would you rather trade rosters with Narwhals, with Kevin Bakes, or with Tim?
Wow.
This is maybe the biggest roast question we've had.
No, it's which team do you want? It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
Kelp.
Sorry.
I think I'd rather go Tim because he has so many picks. Wait, if I pick Tim's team, can I trade with like another Tim in the league? Like all my thirds to Tim?
Is there another
Or
hypothetical Tim
is
to take his spot?
yeah, is Tim
Well, he has your team
erased?
now.
Yeah,
You
Tim has
trade.
your
Oh, okay. I could
Yeah.
probably get my team back if I.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
You hear this?
I'd
Tim?
probably
That's kind of
rather
a
have
Pandora's
Tim's
box,
team.
though. That's a Pandora's box because he might sell your old team to other
Yeah.
players.
You'd
That's
have to be
true,
quick.
yeah.
You'd have to be really quick.
It would be a pinata. Just
You gotta take some meth and stay up for like 2 days and do trades. Otherwise, Berg's gonna swoop all your team.
Yeah. Berg would shift his sights from Tim. Oh yeah.
I would probably go Kevin's just for fun. Like just to rebuild a team, in all seriousness. I mean, he had some good picks this year. It would be fun to just like grab a team and try to rebuild for the next couple years. So I'm gonna go with Kevin.
All right. Kelp, what about you? Between you trade teams with Narwhals, Kevin, or Tim?
Well, and it's obviously I'm taking their draft picks too.
Yep.
Obviously,
Everything must go.
Tim has a jillion, of course, but there is 1 round pick.
Oh man.
Can't believe that. It's only 1 second. No first. I don't even need to say that.
You
Tim.
got Deontay Johnson with that one of those first.
Yeah, well, so I think Tim has the most value on his team. Like he still has like good players in the starting lineup. Like the moves Kevin's made to try to rebuild. Man, I'd probably trade with Narwhals just because I've already talked about wanting to tear down Narwhal's team. I've already made that. I just immediately try to sell Mahomes, Aaron Jones, and Justin Jefferson, and try to beat Jai to that 101 pick next year.
Well, that would be fun.
That's what I was thinking of mine.
All right.
It's a race. It's a race.
Yeah, my
Fuzz,
thoughts
you're
are-
in the same boat.
Yeah, Jefferson's going that trade block instantly.
Mm.
I would resist the first couple of poopy offers.
From
You know,
Hubs.
Yeah, Hubs is gonna send me like 2 seconds. And Ridley, and
What?
I'd look at it. I'd entertain it. I put a little question face on it,
Mm.
but I'm never
Inbox
accepting it.
rot, as we call that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
you-
I'd do Narwhals, and then I would sell Mahomes instantly, and Jai will cry because I will take Marvin Harrison Jr. from him. Jai will cry.
If that happens, I think we should vote Jai off the island.
Jai will cry.
What if Narwhals listens to this podcast and does that strat and races Jai to the
Jai probably
bottom?
starts selling
I
his
hope he
players,
does.
too.
Yeah, no, Jai, it would be a fire sale. I would be first in line with that fire sale.
I'm excited to entertain this idea. I think for me, between the three, it's between Narwhals and Bakes. I think Bakes has a lot of rookies that have a lot of potential. It'd be really fun, but if I wanted to blow up a team and race Jai, I'd go Narwhals. But if I didn't think I could beat Jai in a race, I would probably go with Kevin's team because I'm really high on JSN, and yeah, I think his team's it could turn out to be really strong in a couple years. All right. Oh, last question here. For Dynasty, who would you rather trade rosters with, and what would your first move be? A is myself, B is Bobcat, and C is Zane. So start with Hubs.
I would definitely rather have Clyde's team. There's just so much value there. Like the collector collects. He's got so much stuff going on there. Definitely looking good for many years to come. So yeah, I think that is like kind of the obvious answer.
Mm-hmm. If you did that, what would one of your first move be? Yeah. Like hypothetically, obviously.
I would try. Hypothetically, I would try to get that 101 next year.
Oh, how?
That'd be tough, but
It would be tough.
everyone
Maybe
has
possible.
their price.
That's it's kind of maybe a hot take. Maybe that could dismantle your team, but I think you're in position to possibly get that.
Throw
Yeah.
shade.
I wonder how many firsts I'd need to throw it at Jai to.
I tried to get his first for next year, and yeah, he was very.
No way.
Oh no, that's
No way.
I feel like you take offense to that.
I mean, what if I threw what if I threw 4 firsts at him,
I don't
or
think
even like 5?
It depends. Cause
I think he would do it.
Yeah.
I think it depends where
I
they
think
are.
if you throw a player in there, you could probably get it.
Well, if you did that, he would play for the win this year, and he would want that pick to be bad.
Oh
so he could
yeah,
keep the
you gotta
101.
time it. Yeah, you gotta time it properly.
Yeah,
Has to be at the end of the year.
He could wreck me hard.
Yeah, it'd be funny if you were.
Yeah, if I were to do that, I would. Yeah. In hindsight, like I would definitely wait until it was actually the 101 and not just like it's probably gonna be the 101.
No, Jai would sell everything you gave him. Get some Dino RBs, put a team together.
That would be so insane.
Yeah, because I think he has probably the 102 next year. I think he has Kevin's pick. So even going for that could be cheeky. You don't have to pay nearly as much for the 101, and I'm sure the 102 is going to be really good. I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be the 101, arguably, like guaranteed. The 102 could be very, very good as well. So you could get a discount on that. But you have so many assets. That's probably what I would maybe try to do.
Okay.
I think I might even just not do anything and just kind of write out the years and build up my team if I was your team. But getting that Marvin Harrison Jr. would be spicy.
I like it. I haven't really thought about that, but now I'm thinking about it. All right, Kelp, who would you rather trade rosters with, and what would your first move be?
I mean, the easy answer is Clay. Clay's got like the easy choice for inheriting a team. You don't have to think very hard, and then you've got all these picks. Make whatever you want. But it's no secret I really want Crusolave, so I would get Crusolave if I switch with Zane. So I would switch with Zane. I would do nothing.
That's harder than getting the 101
Yes.
next year.
Fort Knox,
My
Fort
first,
Knox, or
yeah, I trade with Fort Knox. My first move is name Crusolave something that makes me chuckle, and then I'm happy.
oh yeah. Is there a second move beyond the nickname?
I don't think
Nickname
anything
and
else
Phil.
needs to be done.
Just Fort Knox.
You put him on the trade block.
No.
No, I think you put them on the trade blocks. People would entertain you offers. You just say no to everybody.
Just pull
Yeah.
our hubs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, just full hunter.
All right, Fuzz. How about you?
Everybody, this is what I'd say. Everybody's taking the easy answer, the obvious one. Say Clive, but I think I'd go Zane because I would take Zane's team and incorporate my theory in Dynasty, and I think I could make it so-
Swindle.
Oh yeah.
You know, I like to think the min max. Zane has all these like seconds and thirds,
Yeah.
which are worth the lint in my pocket. So I would trade all that boo boo away to people who overvalue picks and get some RBs. Get some RBs, and I think he could easily win it all.
Would you trade for your old players? Try to get
Well,
like
his-
CD back.
No, his old team would now be Fort Knox. Good
Right.
luck.
That's true. I guess with Zane, yeah, because like I'm open to trades more than Zane.
It's the fort.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys are taking the easy ones. I would trade with Bobcat and
Oh.
get back-to-back dubs.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, you don't even have to do anything. His team's gonna win anyways.
Exactly.
Bobby's team would have been fun to take before he did all these whack QB moves. Like if I could go, if you give me Bobby's team in a time machine, I
Uh-huh.
would take his team because it'd be fun to see what you could do with it. But if there's no time machine, I'm not taking his team.
Hang on. Would you guys rather have Bobby's team in a time machine or Tim's team in a time machine?
Oh,
Tim's.
Tim's
Yeah.
team in a time machine.
The pawn
Mhm.
shop.
Fuzz and I were talking about this last night. Like Tim's team was so good at the beginning of the season.
Oh,
It was
man.
ridiculous.
Like DK,
And then he just-
Eckler, Jacobs.
They just disintegrated.
It's tragic.
He had like Amari Cooper and McLaurin too. Those are saucy.
But-
I like that he was trying to get younger, but
Mhm.
I feel like his love of third round picks kind of led him astray. It was like like the sirens with the sailors. Like, it was just like 8 third round picks just cooing and cawing at him, and he just turned that boat right into the cliff. Those
Oh,
sweet
no.
third round picks. But he's gonna dominate the third round next year though. So
He is. You know, if he could get some hidden gems in that third round, maybe he really turns his team around.
He's got 4 more thirds to collect.
Oh yeah.
he almost has his Infinity Gauntlet.
All right, before we close, you guys have any more any closing thoughts or any more slander you guys want to throw out there?
Don't trade with Poo Poo.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same. Don't trade with that guy.
Oh yeah, I want to hear Fuzz's keep trade cut on.
Oh.
This is important to me.
Okay,
Keep
okay.
Fort
So-
Knox.
Keep Fort
Block and
Knox.
yeah, Kelp's trade offers are just give me migraines, and Hubs is just so clown emoji.
So which one are you trading? Which one are you cutting?
Oh, I wanted to cut two. I was just so blind.
Oh, you can't.
I'm keeping the Fort Knox. I'm trading the block.
Oh.
I'm trading the trade. I'm cutting those Kelp offers.
What? What? Give me one bad offer I've given you lately.
No, I think it's that you'll like put something in the block,
Hey.
and then I'm
That
like,
was an
oh,
honest
what-
mistake.
I know the horrors you've done behind the scenes. I know the horrors.
I'm
There's
kind
no
of a fan of
horrors.
the kelp offers
Thank you.
because the 69 fab for a fourth.
Every trade I've done with Clyde's walked away satisfied and smiling.
Yeah, I feel like I may win every trade, but I definitely could lose
Yeah,
some. I gotta
think
be confident. I see Cat's confidence and I try to match it, but
you don't.
I'm
No,
probably only like a quarter of the
you
way
don't have
there.
that confidence. That confidence will make you trade the farm for 2 backup QBs.
Okay, yeah, maybe I want only like 50% of the Cat confidence.
Yeah, how many of my offers have been accepted in the last 3 months? So many.
I have never made a trade with you, Kelp.
Hey, wait. I think that's your fault. You say you like it and you're interested, and then nothing happens.
I
Is it
think you
true?
I think both of you guys might have some anti-trade synergy with each other or something.
You offered me
You guys are
Romeo
both
dubs
doomed.
for Eckler.
that
It's like the Spider-Man meme, like pointing at each other. That's your guys' trades.
You offered me Gibson and Madison before Madison was valuable for my 106. Sorry, Cat's 106.
hmm
I'm just testing the waters.
Oh, that's. Oof.
Just don't test it with Jai.
I offered you Singletary for Gibson. I love that trade off.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
you guys
made
are
me
both like
ill.
lowballing each other. Oh my god.
They're the low ballers. Fuzz, keep trade cut. Yanis gif, George Costanza gif, Bedbugs gif.
I'm keeping a bedbugs gift. That's the only thing that keeps hubs in check.
No, I
It's
said
a
the same
That's
thing.
what they said.
It's his shackles.
I
It's his
said-
prison.
I said the bedbugs gift is not entertainment. This is a utility. This is it's an essential
It has
service.
real life use. It
Yeah.
saves the league. I'm keeping that.
So George
You can't
Costanza
contain
and
this.
Giannis.
I'm trading George. There's value there. I think it's funny, and it's kind of utility too.
Yeah.
And
Now,
then
I
Giannis
cut
is-
George.
Yeah, I cut George.
I
now,
cut Giannis. I've seen that enough. It was
Now,
funny.
the Giannis has lost a bit of value for me as well. But there was some discussion earlier, Fuzz, when you hadn't joined yet, about the George Costanza, and Hubs may be onto something in regards to the GIF.
What's the
Yeah.
gift for?
Do you mean that he thought I didn't know what it meant?
That's what we were theorizing. That was our conspiracy.
Like, is it as simple as I can't read what's on the screen?
Yeah,
Well, of course I know that.
we didn't know. We didn't know.
Oh, come on, give me more credit than that. I mean, and I was doing it. I was posting it ironically with memes of big letters
Oh,
because
this
the
is
gift
so
sucks.
meta. We're just so meta.
I'm yeah.
Sorry,
I guess
no,
yeah.
I like the meta humor.
I'm too funny.
True.
No, I hate that
Oh.
gif and I hate the wear them trades at gif.
Oh, that one's fire.
It's so obnoxious, especially when it comes from the swindler himself. It's like I don't want to see that. I just know someone's getting preyed upon.
Every once in a while, someone has to learn tonight. You gotta learn tonight, boy.
All right, what are you guys' thoughts on the gorilla GIFs?
I
Oh,
think they're funny. It's like kelp is like anti-humor. Is it funny? No, but it's kelp, so it's funny. It's like it's just
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 humor.
I mean,
I love anti-humor. It's just not.
anti-humor.
I like it as well. Do we everyone likes it in the chat here in the
Mhm.
pod?
Mm-hmm.
What's the point
100%.
though?
It's probably gonna be funny for another week or two, and then I'll start.
Yeah,
going.
flavor of the week.
I don't know.
What's the
Kelp
gift of the
might
week?
drag it throughout the whole season.
NASCAR's going nowhere. Gorilla's going nowhere.
NASCAR was never funny.
I think we should bring NASCAR back.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It's not enough.
I'll take the gorillas over NASCAR any day.
Oh, easy choice. It's so easy.
All right. Well, I think that about does it for this episode of the Cave Boys podcast. Thanks for listening. And thank you, Hubs, Kelp, and Fuzz for
A team. We're not B team.
Thank you,
Oh
Cole.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're A team. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Yep. All right.
Y'all.